The three words that stop people from achieving their goals more than anything is this: I'm not ready. And I hear this every single time from authors who have this dream of writing a book, but they haven't yet done it. And they always say, I'm not ready. Now look, there are so many reasons that people say they aren't ready to write their book. Maybe they're saying it's not the right time. Maybe they're saying I don't have enough time in my day. Will anyone read my book? I don't know if I have enough to say. I don't even know where to begin. Or my story isn't finished yet. I need to wait longer. And look, I'll be honest. All of these things are real feelings. They're all validated and can be true. But just as easy as it is to say these things and to say that you aren't ready, there's also so many signs that could show you are ready. And when you can realize that and change the negative frame of thought, the I'm not ready frame of thought into what if I am ready? What could happen if I say yes? And we change that. It can be just as easy to focus on those things as it is to focus on the things that are limiting us or stopping us from doing the thing, aka writing our book. And I'll be honest, I'm a 4-time best-selling author. I wrote 4 books before I turned 30 years old, and I've helped hundreds of people around the world write, publish, and launch their very own nonfiction books. And I'll be honest, I have experienced all of these things. I have said, I'm not ready yet. I don't know if it's the right time. My story isn't done yet. When I was 22 years old working for Los Angeles Lakers, was I ready to write a career development book? No. I thought you had to have success, fame, or status before you were qualified to write a book. False. I wrote a career development book with 1 year of experience. And that book changed my entire life. We've had people around the world write books on specific topics, even though they thought they weren't originally ready, or even though they thought they didn't know where to actually begin. And so, to be honest, it's just understanding this. Look, we will always find reasons not to do something. We will always come up with a reason because sometimes it's easier to just come up with an excuse or to come up with a reason that we're not ready to make a change. We'll always be busy and we'll always be having something in the way. Oh, it's not the right time right now. I'm getting married. It's not the right time right now. I'm having kids. Oh, it's not the right time. Kids are starting school. Oh, it's not the right time. My story isn't finished yet. We're always going to have something in the way. We're always going to have new things pop up. Okay? And the last thing I want to share with this is to understand this. We're always going to feel nervous if we're trying or doing something new. I know that I feel this all the time when I do something brand new. Okay, I always feel that nervous energy, that like, oh my gosh, should I do this? Should I not do it? Maybe I should just wait a little longer. And it's because for me, it's because of certainty versus uncertainty. The uncertainty, the unknown of what can happen when I say yes or when I go for it, because there's a chance it might not go the way I want it to go. But here's what I've learned. Is it's guaranteed to not go the way I want it to go if I never try. It's guaranteed to always be a no or a never happen if I don't make the effort. And so a phrase that I like to live by when it comes to this frame of thought is, I'd rather live a life of oh wells than a life of what ifs. What if I do this? No. Oh well, at least I tried. Now I can come from a place of learning. Now I can be like, you know what? That wasn't the best use of my time. Oh, you know what? I've learned this. Now I can make it better. And so I want to share a quote that I find to be really relevant to this particular topic. And it's by Stephen Pressfield from The War of Art. And he goes, are you paralyzed with fear? That's a good sign. Fear is good. Like self-doubt, fear is an indicator. Fear tells us what we have to do. Remember one rule of thumb. The more scared we are of a work or calling, the more sure we are that we can be, that we have to do it. And that's so applicable to what we're talking about right now. So I want to talk to you about the 5 signs that maybe you are ready to write a book. Maybe you are ready to finally turn that dream of writing a book that you thought was only reserved for certain people, and you turn that dream into your very own reality. And I'm not talking about writing a book in 5 years from now. I'm talking about getting a book done. I'm talking about writing your rough draft in 30 days. I'm talking about launching the book in a few months. And so here are 5 signs that you might actually be ready today to write your book. And not just write any book, try a high quality book that you're proud of, that can help you go to the next level. So sign number 1 is this. You want to write a book, all right? If you don't want to write a book, then you aren't ready to write a book. But if you want to write a book and you've been thinking about writing a book, then that's a positive sign that you are ready. Why? Because it's already taking up mental timeshare, mental capacity. You might as well act on it versus just ruminating over and over and over again. I can't tell you how many people have told me, Jake, I've been thinking about this for the last 5 years. Jake, I've been thinking about this for the last 10 years. Jake, I've been wanting to write a book since I was a child, but I never did anything about it. All that time, all that emotional energy, all that mental capacity that you've used convincing yourself why you're not ready, you could have already been done by now. All right. And so you might be ready if you want to write a book. Is there a topic you like talking about? Is there something that you're really passionate about? Are there people out there in the world that you want to help? Have you been thinking about writing a book? Do you have journals or notes or ideas that over the years you've started to put together? This is a positive sign that you are ready to write your book. The second sign that you're ready to write your book is that you have already helped someone. Okay, and that could be you or someone else. And so if you've already helped someone get a result on a specific thing, then you're probably ready to write a book. And so, for example, oftentimes people say, well, I'm not ready. I haven't been paid to do this yet. Okay. Did you go through a life-changing transformation? Do you have a story to tell? Do you want to share this story? You're ready. And so if you've gone through a transformation, that's what people want to know. What I learned when writing my first book, my career development book when I was 23 years old, was that I don't have to be the world's greatest expert. I don't have to have the most career development coaching experience to write a great book. I just have to be 1 to 2 steps ahead of the person that I'm trying to help. And so if you've already gone through your own transformation, you're 1 to 2 steps ahead of the person you once were. You're definitely 1 to 2 steps ahead of the person that you would want to help. So you're ready to write the book. Have you helped someone else? Maybe you've already helped yourself, but maybe you've already helped somebody else. Maybe you've already been paid to help somebody else. Have you given a talk on that, whether it's free or whether it's paid? All of these signs, all of these things are signs that you are ready to write your book. Now, here's the third one. The third sign that you might be ready to write a book is that you want to achieve something greater than yourself. Now, if you want to make a bigger difference, if you want to make an impact, if you want to create a legacy, if you want to achieve something that's just bigger than yourself, then you're probably ready to write your book. I always say that if your desire for impact is greater than your dislike of writing or your fear of writing, then you can and will write a really great book. And so if you want to achieve something bigger than yourself, you got to allow yourself to do the thing that helps more people. And the thing that helps more people, and it's not just me, it's all of these amazing authors that you've read their books that have changed your life. If you want to have that same impact, then you got to take the chance to go ahead and write your book. And this tells me that you're ready because you want something greater. And so you have that desire for impact. You're starting to see how if we combine some of these signs, we can say, you know what? Maybe I am ready. Because here's the thing again, your book doesn't have to be perfect and it won't be perfect on the first try. But when you go through the process, you get help, you work with a company like ours that specifically helps people write nonfiction books for back-end growth and impact, well, you can make a lot of progress quickly. Here's the fourth sign that you're ready to write a book is that you are tired of staying stuck and not growing. You've tried all the different things. You've downloaded the freebies. You've paid for the masterclasses. You've joined the groups, but you're just not seeing yourself grow. And you're tired of staying stuck. You see all these other people around you growing and getting to the next level, and you're over here continuing to just try things, and you're barely getting by, or you're not growing as fast as you want to grow. Boom. You might be ready for a book. Why? Because a book is the ultimate credibility tool. The minute you launch your book, people start to see you differently. They start to see you as the authority. They start to see you as the go-to expert. And when you write a book, you easily start to differentiate you versus your competition. Think about this. If you are looking to hire somebody for something and they both seem great, but one person has a book on that exact topic and the other person doesn't have a book, who are you more likely going to perceive, all things equal, all things else equal, who are you more likely going to perceive has more information? Who are you more likely to perceive is the expert on that topic? Who are you more able to get information from and to see and test out their personality and their frameworks? The person that has a book. And we see this over and over and over again, right? Who am I going to hire if I'm looking to get into the short-term rental space? Am I going to hire the person who just talks about it or that I got referred to? Or am I going to hire the person that talks about it, I was referred to, and has a book on short-term rentals? I'm going to the person, I'm going to give the first chance to the person that has a book because in my mind, they're more of the expert. Okay. And then the last thing, the last sign to know that you might be ready to write a book is this. You're ready for next level success and you want to go to the next level. And here's why. When you write a book, it is your fast pass to the next level. A book will unlock more opportunities than you can imagine. For me, when I wrote my first book, within just a few months, I got paid thousands of dollars to give talks at college campuses around the country. A few months after that, my book was required reading in college syllabus for schools like Syracuse and other colleges, Cal State Northridge, Eastern Michigan, and many others. When you write a book, it takes you to the next level, and that's the success that you want to have. All right, here's the other thing. When you write a book, once you actually do it, your confidence skyrockets. You also have the ability to open the door for more speaking gigs, more coaching clients, better lead flow, easier conversion, higher rates. You can charge more. And so when you write a book, you can do all of these things. So I hope that these 5 signs might trigger you. I hope maybe the beginning part of this conversation makes you question, you know what, I've been focused on why I can't write a book, why I'm not ready to write a book. But what if you are ready to write a book? Do you have these thoughts? If so, take that first step. And I'd love to give you 2 options of what that first step could be for you. The first option is I wrote a book called Big Idea to Bestseller, and it is the step-by-step guide on how to write, publish, and launch a nonfiction book. I'll give that to you for free. Go to bigidea2bestseller.com/free-book. Grab a free copy. That could be step 1 to see if you're really ready. Step number 2, if you are feeling excited and you want to get more information, then schedule a demo with me and our team. bigidea2bestseller.com/call. We'll chat with you about your idea. We'll understand where you're trying to take this book and why you want to do this. We'll ask you what's stopping you from doing it or why you haven't done it already. And then we'll lay out the plan of how you can actually make this a reality. So I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you've watched this entire video up to now, I'm going to just tell you this. That's the sign to know that you're still ready to write your book. Would love to help. Can't wait to see your book on the shelves.